everyone. It's Cheryl and Tammy here today from the Naughty Nitty Cousins podcast to talk about knitting. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're always welcome. Hope. Oh, I don't know why I can't get these started right, but yeah, welcome. Tammy's from Regina, Saskatchewan, and I'm from near Calgary, Alberta. So we might as well get right into talking about all things knitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are you wearing today, Tammy?
I am wearing the Sieve by Isabel Kramer. My sister-in-law actually made this and gifted it to me, so I was pretty pleased to receive a nice knit that's made out of Malabrigo yarn. I don't know the colorway or anything or what needle size or that she had, but what's interesting with this, it's got a nice cable detail on the front. It's reversible actually, and on the back.
Oh, wow.
This kind of cable pattern all the way across the back, so it's reversible. It's super warm, super comfy. I love it.
That's gorgeous. Really nice.
Yeah, Malabrigo is so nice to wear too.
So what color is that?
I have no idea.
No, like the shade. I'm seeing kind of a purpley gray, or is it more of a gray?
I'd say gray, but gray? I don't know about purple.
Yeah, but, just the way I'm color challenged sometimes too, so.
Yeah, no, if it's got hues of anything, I just say gray.
Okay. Good.
And what are you wearing?
I am wearing my Autumn League pullover by Two of Wands, and it's a finished object as well, and yeah, just plain. Has the raglan sleeve, and yeah, has this nice little detail that it's kind of I'll call it a faux cable. You don't really use a cable needle for it.
What sweatshirts always have on them.
Yeah, I'll get rid of the banner so you
that
can
was
see
supposed to be a knit along that I haven't even started yet. So,
well, technically you did kind of start it, but yeah. But yeah, it's comfortable. It's made out of Lion brand, 100% cotton. I think it's 100% cotton.
Yep. Yeah, it is,
and it's quite comfy. I actually wore it out last night, and the one thing I did notice though is after wearing it out last night, it did grow slightly.
Probably from the weight. It stretches out from its own weight.
I think so, and I think that's why it seamed. So this was knit in the flat, and then you seam it, and the seams I think do hold it up better.
Gives it some added structure.
Yeah, that's the word.
Sorry, I'm letting dogs in and out.
That's fair.
Sure, you'll hear them shortly, but
you'll have to show them at some point if they're around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you have any finished objects?
I do. I have I just finished one sock or both last time, but I'll show it again. These socks, the vanilla latte.
Oh, I like those. I love the sparkles.
Yeah. So it's kind of a Christmas sock, I guess, but I'd wear them any time of the year, except, well, summer because they're wool and they're tall. But I used the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature Sparkle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a nice yarn to work with. Quite like it. I matched up the stripes pretty good for both the socks.
Phenomenally well, as what I would say.
When I got finished one sock, I just pulled the other ball until I got to the same starting color as the first sock. So.
Okay.
And it's heel flap and gusset construction, 2.25 millimeter needle.
Oh, so you did use a 2.25 on that, because I've noticed I noticed that their wool says to use a US 3 or a 3.25 millimeter. And I don't know what that would do, but I like the stitches on yours.
Well, I like the denseness of this sock. I think if you used a bigger needle, it wouldn't be as dense a fabric.
Yeah,
And that's the skein.
that's gorgeous.
So I've got enough left to probably make a pair of shorties, which I'll may do eventually.
Nice. Very nice.
That's one finish. How about you?
Well, my Autumn League sweater is a finish. Yep, but I do have a second finish, and that is a pair of socks. And this one is the Kindred Socks by I can't speak. Paper Daisy Creations. You know, that's hard to say. And it has, I use Craft House Magic yarn. I don't remember. I got rid of the ball bands, so I don't know exactly. But it has a cabled pattern. And I don't know, I guess a heel flap and gusset? I don't know.
So did you use a contrasting heel, cuff, and toe, or is that just the way the yarn worked out?
It's contrasting. The yarn came with the set, and the purple was a mini. I think the mini was 10 grams. And the main color was 100 grams. So I have enough for another pair of socks on yet. But
nice.
Yeah, the cables were fun, but slow. But it was nice to do something different than a vanilla sock. It was a repeating pattern.
Oh, that's nice. I like it when they repeat because you can memorize it.
Yeah, after I think the third or fourth one, I finally had it down as to how to figure out where I was at and do. But yeah, so it did need the cable needles, that's for sure.
Did the cable make the sock a little tighter?
I don't think so. I did try it on after I knit it, and I believe, I can't remember which, the pattern came with 3 sizes, and I did the middle size, so I can't quite remember. I think I did 64 stitches. No, I don't know what I did. It's either 56 or 64 stitches, but I did try it on after I finished, and it was a little tighter than other socks I've knit, but it felt comfortable.
Yep.
Like some of my socks I find are, after I've worn them for an hour or two, they get a little loose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Any other finished objects for yourself?
Just got one more, the bandana cowl by Pearl Soho. It's a free pattern. That's a nice, took me a couple evenings to knit. Except it kind of, I don't know what the deal is. See how it kind of folds in? I must have gotten too tight with, because I blocked it, but I must have been too, I think, tight when I was going across this section. I don't know, but that's okay because when you put it on, it just bunches up anyway. It's nice and keep the neck warm in these cold days.
So I suppose it ends up under your coat? Or does it go over?
No, I wear it underneath, like a little dicky kind of, but it's just a cowl.
Yeah.
So it's like really lovely. Nice yarn. It's Highland Alpaca by Estelle. Chunky. But chunky knit always knits up quicker.
That'd be soft, the alpaca.
Yeah. And it's colorway gray, of course, medium gray. And it used one ball and then some on the second. So you could just don't do as many repeats or do more decreases to just get to the one ball, but so maybe I'll try it with the second ball, but make it smaller.
I like how it isn't too tight around the neck, but it's not one that's massively loose either.
Yeah, no, it'll serve its purpose. It'll keep me warm.
And you can easily pull it up if you need to.
Yeah, and it doesn't bunch up. I don't like it when there's a bunch of extra fabric under my jacket either. So
no, because if you're like me, when you buy your jacket, it's usually fairly snug there anyhow. Like not snug, but
yeah. So it'll be a nice Christmas knit for next year, maybe, or this year, I guess.
Yeah, I guess this year. Oh, you're already thinking about Christmas. Good on you on that one.
I do a lot of
Yes, you do.
Christmas knitting. So,
Yes.
anyways, that's my last finish.
Okay. I don't have any other finishes, just the two. My sweater took up quite a bit of my time
Yeah.
to knit, and I find with the plain knit like this that I tend to get bored with it after a bit. It's like, oh, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
need something else, or like you said, I needed to find some sort of a palette cleanser or something. But after these socks, I really enjoyed knitting them, but I just haven't felt like picking up another pair of socks, which is weird.
Yeah, I always like a sock because it's transportable. If you're going anywhere, it's easy to take with you.
True, true. Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you have any whips?
I just have
Works in
one whip.
progress.
It's my Sophie shawl. I did the little Sophie scarf, the little, I always want to call it a cravat, but
Okay.
I did the small ones. So this is the shawl, so it'll be a bit longer. Just
Oh, nice.
garter stitch knitting, which is nice and easy. Took it with me on my trips so I could just have something that could toss in my bag and knit on the plane or on the boat or wherever I was. Took it to the beach. That was kind of
Oh,
nice. Something easy
right.
to
You
knit
were on a.
while you're
You just
enjoying the
just got.
tropics.
Yeah, you just got back from a cruise.
Yeah, and I used my Holst garn and I just caked it up two balls just to make it easy. And I learned this nice little trick. You take a button to separate the two balls so they're not twisting. You don't have to worry about unwinding your balls as you're knitting.
Okay.
So it
That's a
works
neat idea.
like a charm.
Do you find that when you've got the two coming off that you often have to kind of smooth it out so you don't bunch up?
With the button, it doesn't so bad. Like as you go along, you just pull it straight. But I wouldn't say I have to with the button because it drops down to the two balls. Very, very makes it so much easier using two balls.
Okay, I'll
So I
have to
needed
try
a
that.
DK weight, and the Holst that I have is fingering weight, so holding the two double. I was going to carry some Titicaca with it, but I didn't want to take that into the tropics with me. I don't know how nice it would have been to knit with when it's 30 degrees above.
Yeah, and that humidity too. I don't know. I find when it's hot, my hands get.
Yeah, I don't think
sweaty.
that would have been a problem, but it just didn't seem right knitting with it in the tropics, so I just held it double in it. My next one, maybe I'll hold it with the Titicaca.
Yeah, neat.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
That's my only whip.
That's your only whip? I guess I only have one whip. I was thinking, where's my other one? But I only have one on the needles. I am working on. Got to get my yarn so it doesn't go flying all over. So I've got. Oh, sorry. 3 balls. I've got the Titicaca plus 2 others. And I am working on the Ingrid sweater. So this is the back.
You're really going to town on that.
Yeah, and that's a shoulder that I'm currently working on, just about done. And then there's another shoulder. So I'm just about getting ready to join. This will be the front to join this soon.
So the shoulder where that seam is that going to be the top of the shoulder?
Yeah, let me actually tried this the other day because I was thinking, is this going to fit? Pardon me. So,
okay. Yeah.
Well, let me just get it organized here. It's kind of.
That's a neat construction.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of crooked, but that's because I can't do it on the camera. It's ass backwards. But yeah, so it's gonna. It will connect.
Yep.
in a better fashion.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I love it because every single part of it, even the sleeves, has a pattern.
Nice. So you won't get bored.
No, which I kind of like. And it's kind of interesting. Like you can see some of the strands here. It'll have you knit and then break the yarn and then kind of start on the other side and knit. And I think that should be probably it. I don't know where it joins in the round. I'm thinking it must join somewhere around here.
Probably after
then,
you get the sleeves.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of interesting anyhow.
Is it a V-neck or a round collar?
It'll be a round collar.
Hmm.
The pattern has it high. Like it's almost like the pattern has two collars, like a lower one, and then you add on and it can go higher, but I'll just do the lower portion because I like my collars something like this.
You pick the stitches up at the end after?
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting on the one on the collar end. I noticed this today and I thought, bet you I didn't do that on the other side, but it ended with a knit. So it should be easy to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other side it might have said to do that, but I don't always follow the pattern. You get going and you kind of think, well, it should be this way, not the way they're telling me. So we'll see. I might end up with some holes. This one, I actually had some holes right in here. And I think my cast on was too loose.
Okay.
So when I picked up, it stretched.
Yep.
But I just went back in afterwards and kind of sewed it so it was tighter.
Yeah. Improvise.
Yeah. So did you have any other whips?
No, I don't. Just haven't been in. Well, I did start swatch for my autumn league. But that's as far as I got. So I don't know if that's considered a whip when you do the swatch or not.
I think so. That's some work. It's work in progress.
So maybe this weekend, it's family day here on Monday, holidays. So maybe I'll start a sweater this weekend.
Yeah, I've actually been quite monogamous. Yeah. Because I knit this one and now I'm solely on the other one. But yeah. Do you have any future projects you're thinking of working on?
I just have, I actually won this on a Grocery Girls giveaway. So I got some socks I think I'm going to cast on. I got all of the West Yorkshire Spinner signature sock yarn.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was in there. And I got a nice little case. And inside there was the stitch markers or progress keepers with from this company. So they're little
oh, those are pretty. I like those. They're cute.
Little mushrooms.
They're painted too, are they? Other way.
Wrong way. Where did it go? There.
It's hard, isn't it?
So there's that one. And then a nice, cute little button.
Yarn besties.
So that was a nice little win. And
so you got a stash enhancement too. That's cool.
Got a little. Never have too many little stickers from the Woolly Thistle. So that's pretty lucky. It's the second thing I've won from them. So I have some socks. Can't think of the wildflowers and something sock pattern I found. And it's nice that it's already in a ball because my ball winder broke. I have the Swift, but the winder broke, and I just don't. I think that's why I've been putting off starting anything because everything I want to make, I have to hand wind a skein, and I hate doing that. So to go out maybe today and break down and buy a winder.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny with my host here. These. I get so far and all of a sudden it goes flying off the I'm like, okay, I guess I'm done that one.
Must get winding awfully fast. Fast
Well,
cranker.
I do, and then I think just, I don't know what it is, but it eventually it gets full and it decides it's done.
Hmm.
I don't know.
So do you have any other future knits?
Um, yes, I'm thinking of doing socks with this.
Perfect.
I
Perfect
haven't
for St.
started them.
Patrick's Day.
Yeah, if I could get them done before then. I was thinking of doing these, but I wasn't sure on the needle size, so you helped me out on that today. But I'm trying to figure out, this is called spring green. I'm trying to figure out if I want to just do one sock at a time and keep it on here, because I don't really want to wind it. Or do two. I'm used to doing two socks at a time.
I've seen people pull from the middle and the outside and do two at a time that way.
Yeah. So that's where I'm debating. I should probably just wind them up and be done with it and do two at a time. And then I was thinking, well, it looks like it's going to be vanilla because of the pattern. But I was going to go on to, I think it's the Wool Warehouse. Has patterns for the Yorkshire spinners.
Oh,
So I know I've seen it somewhere, and I don't know if it was under the Yorkshire spinners or if it was under Wool Warehouse. So I was going to take a look and see if there was any patterns that went with this wool. Because I was thinking maybe if I did a pattern sock, it'd be more fun for me.
I find I've made a few of them with the self striping. When you start your next stripe, you slip every second stitch. And then you do your solid round or two until you come to your next stripe, and then you slip every other stitch on the color change round. Those
Okay,
look really nice.
So would you be slipping the stitch that you didn't slip before?
No, you just, so when your color starts to change, you just slip that round, slip every second stitch on that round. And then with that same color, you just keep knitting in the round until you come to your next color. And then you slip every second stitch on that first round color change.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've done with some of my self-striping, just to give it some interest.
Yeah. Because I say, I think that's why I don't want to knit a sock, because I've knit so many vanilla socks. It's like, well.
Yeah, just do the slip stitch. That just makes it a little bit different.
Yeah. And my sock drawer is very full.
I have a pattern book of things different, like mittens and hats that you can use self-striping yarn for.
Oh, okay. Because I do like self-striping yarn, but it's like, well, I just don't want to. I don't know. I don't feel like knitting and knit. For some reason, I'd like to follow a pattern.
Yeah, even if you go on Pinterest or some, even Google self-striping yarn sock patterns, maybe you might come up with something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Never thought of that.
So
do you have any other enhancements to your stash or future knits? I'll just include them both together.
Well, I picked this up. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. I always have these great ideas and never follow through, but I was watching Polka Dot Creek, and one of the gals was she's making a temperature snake, and I thought that was pretty neat instead of doing a temperature blanket. So I picked up, this arrived just before I went on my trip, so I have all these beautiful colors.
Wow.
To do the temperature snake, but it's already in the middle of February and I haven't started it. I do have most of the temperatures so far this year written in a book. I have a daily thoughts book I write in every night. So I don't know. Probably I don't really know how to crochet either, so it'll be a way to teach myself how to crochet. So that's part of an enhancement and a future knit or crochet, I guess. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that looks like fun. So what would you do when you're gone? Would you include
I
when
probably
you were
include the
away?
temperatures where I was at the time, so then I know where my trip was.
Cool. That'd be neat.
So yeah,
That'd be a long snake when it's done, hey? I
it
wonder how
is.
long it gets.
Can't remember how long it is. It does say on the pattern, but so you
Because
have to pick the color.
imagine each day is about so wide.
I think it's, I don't know, does crochet have rounds? I think you do 3
Yeah,
rounds of
it'll
each,
have
and then
rounds.
I separate each color with black so you can see the
Oh,
days.
yeah. Yeah,
So we'll
that'd get
see how that
quite
goes.
neat. And then I guess I wonder if it stays in the round or if you'd have to stuff it as you went.
You stuff it as you go.
Yeah.
You start with the head, which will be gray, and then you stuff it as you probably get every so many inches you would stuff it.
Okay, cool. I have a stash enhancement future knit. So Ancient Arts Yarn store opened in Calgary. I had to check it out one day. I had to go for a drive. It was purposeful, but I couldn't leave the store without something. I remember you had asked me because I sent you a picture of the store and you said, "Did you buy anything?" I don't remember what my answer was, but I thought, well, I'm not going to tell her until I show her. Here's what I bought. So this one, well, let's start with this one. This one's called Delicacy. It's lace. It's 75% Super Kid mohair and 25% mulberry silk. It's Russian silver blue. And it is a gray. I'd say it's more gray than anything. Oops, that's more accurate, I'd say. So there's the two together. This one is called Nettle Soft. It's 68% superwash fine merino and 32% nettle. It's DK. So the nettle, like out at the farm, remember the stinging nettles we were told never to go into, which I never did. I actually listened that time, which I normally didn't. So it's a natural fiber, and she said in the store, she said that in the winter it'll keep you warm, but in the summer it'll adjust, and you won't get overheated with it.
Nice, kind of like
Apparently,
a linen.
Yeah, I guess I'm not familiar with the linen, but apparently because it's a natural fiber, like a organic fiber, is that the word you'd use? That it keeps you. So I actually did a swatch. So those two made this swatch.
Oh wow. Muted the blue a bit, but it's
and has it ever got a halo on it? Look at that.
That's nice. Nice fabric. Is it quite drapey?
Oh, really drapey. Like, look at this. You could just, whoops. You can just see how it. Yeah. So I did this swatch first because I thought, oh, I'll do the Ingrid sweater with it, but I wasn't sure with the color changes how it would show up on a pattern.
Yep.
However, with the sweater you're wearing, that shows up phenomenal, and it has a little bit of the color changes in it.
But this is it depends, I think, too, on the drape of the fabric. Like this is a stiffer fabric, for I don't know, lack of better words. Like it's a denser fabric.
Yeah, it's kind of like this.
I don't know if that one is.
This one's a denser fabric, and I was trying to find my swatch for it because I actually did the swatch for this, like this yarn and this. I can't find my swatch. I have no idea where I put it. So the only thing I can think of is it must have ended up in the garbage. I hope not, because I actually blocked.
It doesn't make a nice mug rug after.
Yeah, I actually blocked these. So, but the other one was stiffer.
Yeah.
whereas this one's just so soft. Yeah.
Well, there's just
So I'm trying to figure out now what to make with that, either a cardigan or a sweater. And I was
go on
thinking
to
maybe a
Ravelry.
sweater along this lines. Go on, sorry?
Go on to Ravelry and plug in the brand, the yarn, and see what projects come up.
Well, that's a
with
good
the yarn.
idea. Never thought of that. Never thought of that. Because I'd
Then
like to
you
get
can-
the perfect one.
Can read people different comments on it and see if they were happy with the fabric.
Yeah.
That's I always
'Cause-
worry about when I knit a sweater. That is it gonna be too heavy, or will it hang, or will the stitch texture not show up?
Yeah. Like this one, I think it'll hang good because it's like
Yeah.
I can pull a fair bit to pull it down. And it's got stretch here, but it's like, it's weird. It's a flimsy fabric, but it's also,
I know you've knit one already, but if you could do it without the stripes, what was the Rocket T? Something like that would be nice.
that would be. I'm just wondering if it's a little too dark for the summer for me.
I wear black in the summer.
I know. I know. So,
And
I
if
don't know.
you could make the t-shirt with longer sleeves,
Whew.
you wanted it for the winter, but that would be a nice summer,
Yeah,
t-shirt pattern.
that's an idea. Anyhow, I got to look at that. So that I really want as a future knit, but I don't want to be tearing that out if I don't like it, because I
Yeah.
don't think it'd be fun to tear out.
Yeah, just go into
So-
Ravelry and see what you can find, or
Got the mohair. That's a good idea. Never thought of that.
mhm.
So I do have another stash enhancement. So knitting the Ingrid sweater, I was having to put a lot of different things on hold, stitches. And I also have been running into the problem where I think, oh, I'd like to start this project. And then I go, I don't have the cable for it. And I do have a set of Chigoos that are interchangeable. So I went out and bought some more end stoppers and cables, just so I can have more
It would be
options.
nice just to screw the needles on and carry on.
Yeah, I also got a couple of a large set and a small set of cable connectors, so I can always make my cables longer if I want.
Mm-hmm.
Because the original set only comes with one, and there's been times where it's like, oh, it'd be nice just to join this cable and keep on going, or
Yep.
So yeah, that's all my knitting. I've been recording. So my Ingrid sweater is Coast River by Holst Garn. And every time I take stuff off, I've been weighing it to see how many grams is actually in it when I'm done. That's quite the setup to take the yarn off this. I got it sitting on the floor with my ball winder, and then I hold my hand to let the yarn go through.
That's what broke my ball winder, my crank. I had it sitting on my butcher block on a paper towel roll.
Okay.
It just got too tight and handle that cheap plastic.
Yeah, you can't set it on the floor with your dogs. They're apt to be playing with the yarn as it goes off the.
And especially Bosley, he's a yarn killer. I have my Rocket T that he got into, and it's like total yarn barf. That's why I haven't finished it yet, because I just can't bring myself to. It's a mess. But
yeah, that's
he's
hard
too
to
cute.
unravel. Yeah, you can't. They're dogs. That's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's Bruno wants to. You guys met Bruno once. This is my Bruno.
Oh, Bruno. Hey, Bruno. Bruno.
Look over there.
Bruno always ignores me.
Bosley's
Tammy
over here.
is his human.
I'll grab Bosley quick here. Let's see. Let's get Bosley.
Oh, Bosley's a cutie. Well, they're both cute. I do chuckle at Bruno though. That's
Bosley
Tammy's his human.
had his first birthday while we were away, so he's just a year old. It's my boss.
Hey, Bosley. Bosley.
Co-parent him with my daughter, her dog, but she works shift work, so we get him quite a bit.
Yeah, he's a cutie too.
Yeah, he's quite the character.
Oh, the dogs.
So anyways, I got away from knitting. So yeah, other than starting my anchor sweater and my temperature snake, I would like to get a pair of socks started again, just because it's nice to have something portable, easy.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'll start these, but who knows? It might be a different pair. We'll see.
Oh, I forgot I did pull out this, if I'll knit it. See, it's I bought this wool when I was in Calgary for the wool from
Cloud9. I don't remember which one you bought there.
Yeah, that was the sparkly one.
Oh, right.
So I think I'll make a hat. I've got this hat picked out. We'll see if it's the classic ribbed hat.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah, so that's possible future knit. I got it all wound up, and I was going to take that with me on my trip, but I didn't really feel like carrying that. It's kind of a woolly wool. What's it made out of? It's merino nylon stellina. So yeah, that's future knit. Maybe get it done before it gets warm out. We'll see.
Well, you've got lots of wool behind you, so your stash,
I do.
you'll be able to dig in there once in a while too.
Yeah.
My stash, I don't have too big of a stash, so it's.
Oh, we didn't have a yarn shop here forever, so whenever I went to Toronto or Calgary, or Saskatoon has a nice wool shop, I would.
They do.
Grab whatever, and I order a lot of stuff online too. So we've got lots to choose from. Never be without. That's for sure.
What was I looking at? I noticed Leo and Roxy. I think I got an email from somewhere. And do they ever have some really bright colors? Like, to me, they're kind of the neon colors.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, that'd be kind of fun to knit something up in a.
Yeah, their yarn's nice to knit with too.
Yeah.
So it's Little Red Mitten website or the Leo and Roxy.
I bet you it was Little Red Mitten, because I think I get their newsletter from there.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, they have some nice. Well, I have this that I haven't to make a shawl. I think I showed this before.
Yeah.
I can't remember the shawl now.
You could do a painting brick shawl with that. Maybe. Yeah. That might not be your thing. I'd like to do a painting bricks or painting something at some point.
Yeah. I can't think of the name of the pattern. I don't think I have it printed either. Can't think of the name of it. That's
nope. Oh, people coming and going.
That nonsense. The big girl starts all the trouble.
Yes, she does. And then the others, what's going on? Tammy will stay muted until they're done their little barking spree. They very watchful with people coming and going from the house. Yes. But yeah, so I don't know. It's I don't really have anything else that I've got planned. I do want to make a toque. I do have a tweed DK, and I actually have it sitting out. I've got my ball winder sitting out, ready to wind some wool, because I need to get more off the cone for my sweater here soon. And I thought I'd go on a winding spree, but I was thinking maybe doing a cable tweed with a flip up brim on a toque.
That would be nice.
I don't know. For some
What,
reason,
what,
I want a thicker band. I don't need it big, just, even maybe an
what,
inch and a half or
who's the,
two.
what wool is, where's the wool from?
Polka Dot Creek.
Oh,
We had
okay.
bought it when it's one of the ones I had bought, and it came with the pom
Oh,
pom.
with the pom-pom. Oh, right. Yep.
And it's blue. But yeah, actually, you gave me a good idea. I don't know if I use this yarn for it, but I actually wouldn't mind doing another rocket tee. I'm doing it just a little bit smaller than the last one.
Yeah, and you've got it figured out, so
Yeah,
that would be
and
nice.
I did wear it a few times last summer. It was quite comfortable. It's
Yep.
funny. I actually wear my wool socks in the summer, and my feet don't get hot.
I've heard that wool socks are like that, or any wool, even some certain wool sweaters.
Yeah. Well, you think
Mm.
those poor sheep running around? I mean, nobody was cutting their hair when they weren't made to
Yep.
cut their fur fleece, I guess.
Yeah.
So they have to stay cool
Yeah.
with all that
Cooling in
on.
the summer and warm in the winter.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. Kind of weird.
Yeah, well, with all my future, I always change my mind, and I'll probably end up making something totally different than I planned.
Yeah, my plans don't usually come to fruition either, but that's okay. That's the fun of it. But I feel like casting on. I just don't know what to cast on.
Yeah. Well, I know I have one thing. I read this book and finished it while I was on holidays. The
Oh,
Little
nice.
Stranger.
Was it good?
Very good book. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a hard time putting it down, and it does say that it's a major motion picture, and I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can find it on TV, and sure enough, it comes on the 27th, so I set to have it set to record.
Oh, nice.
So highly
Is it a
recommend this book. It was so good.
mystery or historical?
Yeah, it's a historical mystery.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not, well, it's kind of a horror story too. And I think the movie, the genre might be horror, but it's not. I mean, I can read it at home at night alone and I'm not scared. It takes a lot to scare
Okay.
me, though. I'm a mother. So,
I should show you what I finished. I'll go get my book. You keep talking.
okay. So I'm looking forward to watching the show to see if it's similar to the book. Hopefully, I hate it when the movie ruins the book or vice versa, and you've got a certain picture of what the characters look like, and I think they've got them pretty bang on based on what I've seen of the previews. So, looking
That's
forward
good.
to it.
So I finished book number 9, How the Light Gets In. Of course, this was your recommendation to read these. And I've started book 10.
Oh, she's fabulous. I have her book too to start. It's a hardcover, so that's why I didn't take it with me on my holiday. So,
yeah. So, yeah, I've been enjoying the series. I don't know, you said, I think that they were doing a TV series or a mini series or something
on
on this.
Prime, it's the first, I think, 7 books, I think. 6 books. And I'm not going to lie, they completely, they're not at all what the books were. The characters are there, but the storyline is completely different. So I wasn't going to watch it because I loved her book so much. But then I thought, well, I'll look at the show, the series, as though it's not even related to her books, because I just enjoyed the characters so much. And the setting is beautiful in Three Pines, and it's darker than what the books are. Like, I find the books so happy and cheery, when they're in Three Pines and in the bistro, but the series is quite a bit darker. And that was kind of disappointing, because that's why I enjoyed her book so much, was because it was so light and the humor in it was really good, but that's not in the series.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because I do find, so there's times where it's light and cheery. And then there's other times where I find it's quite dark.
Hmm.
Like some of these mysteries, I'm like, oh my God, like they're pretty gruesome and kind of on the dark side of things. And then
Yeah.
there's that subplot. I think I'm past the subplot, but I'm not sure. Where that's pretty dark in of itself as well.
Hmm. But I
Like,
can't recommend Louise Penny enough. She's right up there on my top favorite authors, and she's Canadian, which makes it
yeah,
even nicer.
no, I'm really enjoying these mysteries, and I like the
Yeah.
characters, and
Yeah,
I like
I do
how it's
too.
turned out with some of the twists and that. There's like the book before this, I'm like, oh no, and then
Yeah.
it's this book, I'm like, oh okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
And then last night, so every Friday night, a friend and I go to a movie. Been doing that
Yes.
for years and years. So we went to see 80 for Brady, Jane Fonda and Sally Field. Oh, what the heck is the other two? She was a third, Frankie and Grace. Anyways, we laughed our asses off. It was such a good movie, and it's so nice to sit in a light movie and laugh for a change.
What was it called?
80 for Brady. So it's actually
80.
based on a true story of four 80-year-old women. One is 70. Sally Field's character is 70. And
Well, they must be around that age or older. I was just thinking.
they are Patriot fans, which they had a common over for so many years, and then they decided they wanted to go to the Super Bowl. It was one of their wishes to see the Super Bowl. So it's all the
Really?
escapades of getting there and being there, and it was really good. I really
That does
enjoyed it.
sound like fun. So it's
Yeah,
Jane Fonda, Sally Field, Tom Brady, Rita Moreno. I'm not as familiar with her, but Lily Tomlin.
yeah, Lily Tomlin. Yeah, it was so good, and actually, Tom Brady was one of the producers of the show.
Cool.
Mark Hamill is
Well,
in it.
I'll have to note that and watch it sometime. That sounds really neat.
Yeah, no, we really enjoyed that. Laughed a lot.
Oh,
Nice
good,
to laugh
good.
out loud for a change.
Yeah, I still my all-time favorite laugh out loud or emotional movie was Steel Magnolias.
Hmm.
It had Sally Field, um,
It's Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, and then there were two
Sally
others.
Field's in that too. Doesn't Sally Field play Julia Roberts' mom?
Yeah, that one is. But there was the one scene in there, and I think it was after Julia Roberts' character passed away. It was at the funeral. Anyhow, I'm sitting in the theater and I'm crying because that's what I do in those things. And all of a sudden, one character starts saying stuff. Well, I went from crying to instant out loud laughter. And I've never felt that emotion before. And it was just like, I don't know.
We went to see, what was it called? It's the fellow from Big Bang Theory that plays Sheldon.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. And I went from sobbing to laughing. It was a good movie.
That's good. I actually went into Okotoks last night. I thought, I got to go do something. So I went into Okotoks and watched their junior hockey.
Mm.
That was the first time I went and watched them. I thought, oh, I'll just go in, see what's what. And
I enjoy. Went to a Pats game after the World Juniors to watch Connor Bedard play, and I quite enjoy watching those young guys play. They're pretty fast, compared
like
to the big NHL players.
Yeah, and this
I mean, the
league
NHL
is
players are fast, but it just seems the smaller guys are, I don't know,
faster.
it's different.
And you never know if the score's gonna, like, if the score gets out of hand in the first period, they can always come back and win it in the lower leagues. Whereas the upper leagues, it tends not to do that. I've got a game tonight at the Flames, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to go. It starts at 8, and I don't like those.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun watching. It was the junior league below what the Pats would be, so like the Estevan Bruins, similar to that league.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's nice change. I think there was a game here last night because when I was going to the movie, the Blue Band was quite backed up. So I always tell when, and I think they're selling out now, of course, because Connor
Yeah.
Bedard is a draw. So
Yeah, might as well see him while you can, because once he gets to the NHL, well,
yeah,
it's hard for.
yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
here I'd have to go to Winnipeg or Calgary to watch a game, so that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, and even to go to the Calgary games, he'd be in town once, maybe twice, depending on what team he ends up on.
And I know Winnipeg, it's impossible to get tickets. I don't know if Calgary's the same.
Calgary, you can still get the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're
Because
kind
it's a
of
bigger
pricey
stadium,
too.
I wonder.
No, they just haven't been selling as much with the downturn in the economy and that.
Yeah. Yep.
It did that. It'll happen in Winnipeg too at some point when they just got their team back, so
Yep.
people are still.
Yep. True that. True that.
And then we're supposed to maybe get rain this afternoon, and it's supposed to maybe turn into snow.
Do you have any snow laying around?
Yeah, I got a hill outside the window. You're familiar with that. It's pretty grassy, like it's brown.
Yeah.
But there is snow.
Yeah, we
Patchy
have
snow.
we have
Patchy
quite a bit of
snow with
snow
ice.
still. Sorry?
Patchy snow with ice.
Oh, yeah, it's really super icy here. I hate it.
Yeah.
So we went from like plus 30, and then Toronto, it was, I think, plus 4 when we were there. And then coming home, it's, I don't know what the low's been. I think our first night home, it was minus 25, something ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
but
It's a shock to the system. It's 3 above right now. So nice.
I think that was our high today too. So Cal's off ice fishing, taking advantage of the nice day. So hopefully he brings some walleye home.
So he's coming back tonight. He's not camping out there this weekend?
Not tonight, no.
No.
Yeah, so maybe Sunday night. Monday's a holiday, so maybe he'll get his
Has he
fire
done
stove.
that? Has he done that very often?
A couple times, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if he enjoys it, why not?
Yeah, exactly. He's got his little ice shack outfit. I shouldn't even call it a shack. It's a trailer. Outfitted pretty nice, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you stayed out there overnight, or you have no desire?
I told Cal, if he takes up knitting, I'll take up ice fishing. Ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
Although I could take my knitting and be comfortable out there with the fire going. He's got a nice little fire stove set up in there, heat up some tea, but no. Gotta look after the dogs. Don't want to take them out there. I'd be afraid they'd fall in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't sound like my jam either, but that's good he enjoys it.
Yeah, we went out one Christmas Day back into, what was it, 2020. We went ice fishing for Christmas Day, the kids and Cal and I, and that was a beautiful day. It was nice. You feel like you're on the moon or something.
Cool.
There's nobody around. It's so quiet and peaceful. So it's, I can see why he enjoys it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. People have their things that they enjoy and can go do it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I can't picture him knitting.
He sticks to his rod and I'll stick to my sticks.
Oh, okay. Oh, anyhow. Oh,
that's our life. That's what we've been up to lately.
Okay, good. Well, I guess that's all I have to say. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. Talked about pretty much all the nitty things and books and.
Okay. Well, thanks to anyone who's stuck around this long. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Likes will help us to get out there a little bit more. And yeah, probably come back in about a month. I'm not sure. I did book a flight to go south this morning, and I go on the near the end of March and come back at the beginning of April. So I don't know if we'll do another one in March or if it'll be into April. We'll have to see what we have because we don't want to come on here if we don't have anything
Yeah, I don't know if I'll have anything finished, but gotta be
anything to
teaching a
show,
couple.
or we'll discuss that in between. But April is probably what I'm looking at for a timeline potentially. And yeah, other than that, I guess we'll talk to you again.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Bye now.
Bye.